Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble my new folding utility knife. This is the version with the belt clip that gets attached. The only thing different between this and other models is of course the belt clip part, and I had to modify one of the wings of the knife. Everything else assembles just like normal. I will not show you how to put the magnets in. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. There are 5 magnets you need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 for the extra blade holder, and then 4 to make it open and close. These magnets are 6 millimeters by 2 millimeters, so you'll need 5 of those. And make sure you get good ones. I have bought cheap ones off Amazon before, and they are not nearly strong enough. So if you are getting the cheapest magnet you can find on Amazon, it's probably not going to be very good quality. I can link below in the description what I usually get from Amazon, and I always have really good luck with them, and they're not that expensive. So so for this clip, it's a little bit tricky, but it actually works pretty smooth. You kind of have 2 sides here, and you can see how this long side goes past this side, and that adds the springiness to it, right? So you're going to start from the back side, and you're going to have to bend this like this and put it through this slot. Now I'm going to add some glue first because I want this to be permanent, so I'm just going to add some glue on this surface. It doesn't need to be a lot of glue, just enough to keep it in place. Once it's assembled, it's kind of stuck, but this just gives you some insurance. So just some dabs of glue. And this says PVC trim glue, but this is just CA glue. This is just, I don't know. I got this from a trim project I have, but yeah, it's just CA glue. All right, let's bring this in here. You should be able to slide it right on in, and you'll hear a snapping sound when it comes in, and as long as you didn't force it too hard and it didn't break, you can just put that in place. I like to make sure it's pushed up all the way this way, and make sure you are putting pressure down on this side so it locks it in place. This clip that I made is 2 millimeters thick, and it's made of PETG, so I'm hoping it lasts. I think it's strong enough. It's printed on its side like this, so the layer lines are going in the direction to give it strength. But the thing I'm not 100% sure about, since I didn't test this long term, is if this spring will wear out. And once I get this assembled, I will show you how springy it is. I don't want to put too much pressure on it since that glue is still setting. So okay, now that we have this in place, we can just assemble the rest like normal. So you've got 2 pieces for the pivot, and so you can put the one, I call this the sleeve, I guess, or the female end, can go through one side, and then the knife holder part, you can see there is a little knob here, and that knob lines up with the groove in the knife holder. So you can't really assemble it wrong, otherwise not everything will fit. Once you have that one on, this goes next, and again you see the little knob. This one has the little groove, so this fits this way. And then what I do, since on my first model, I had the tolerances really tight because I was trying to just not have to use glue. So these 2 pivot pieces fit together. I mean, you had to really force it in, but I loosened all the tolerances up just because I was having people comment that they couldn't get it together very easily. So previously I said you did not need glue in here, but now I think it is a good idea if you do. It'll still actually snap together without the glue, but I'm afraid it will come out and loose over time. So I'm just going to add a little drop of glue in here. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. Make sure you're only getting it on the inside of this pivot, so you're not gluing the thing together, or the whole knife together. And then that just fits inside, and you can snap it in place. And it is fully seated when they're flush on both sides. So I am going to, well, I was going to say I was going to let this glue dry, and it probably does need to dry. I tell you what, I'm going to set this down for a second. I'll fast forward. I just want to give this about 2 or 3 minutes to dry. Okay, I'm back. The glue is all dried. Here's the springiness of this. Works pretty well. I don't think this will break. It's printed in this orientation, so the layer lines are going this way. It is printed in PETG, so it has that springiness. You wouldn't want to print this in PLA. I think maybe I said earlier that this might be gimmicky, that I'm not sure. I just haven't had enough time to test this out. I don't think it'll break, but I'm not sure how long the springiness will last. I think quite a while, since you're not really pulling it out that far, but again, I have not tested it long enough to know. I actually did wear it, a different one, all day today and yesterday, and the springiness seems fine still. So but you know, that's only a day and a half of use. So anyways, that is the knife fully assembled. The only thing left to do is to add the magnets, which, if I haven't said earlier, are 6mm by 2mm magnets. Don't get cheap ones off Amazon. The only reason I'm not showing you or I'm not gluing magnets in for you right now is because these are cheap magnets from Amazon and they are absolutely awful. This silver one is really, really good, but I only have one left. These are totally worthless, so don't get the cheap ones. Buy one that it's a little bit more expensive. It's literally night and day difference. I will, though, however, go through the process of installing the magnets real quick, and this may be confusing, but how I generally start with it closed, and then I open it, and you want to glue in this magnet first. Once that magnet is in, and I'm just going to kind of show you here without gluing it in. This is going to get messy because all my magnets are going to start popping out because it's not glued. Once that magnet is in place, the next magnet you put in, it's going to fall out. So the next magnet you put in is this one, because this one is going to run into this one first. So typically what I do, let's see if I can pick up this magnet, is I just stick that magnet on it. So remember, this one is glued in, and then I put the other one just right on top of it. That way I know it's the right orientation. And then once I put glue in this one, I slide this magnet off so it's the right orientation and glue it in. So now we know for sure this one and this one are attracted to each other and they're not going to repel. And then it's basically just continuing to do that. So once this magnet passes this one, then this magnet will have to pass this one. So again, put a magnet on here so it sticks. Turn it around, add your glue, drag that magnet off without changing the orientation, and stick it in here. So then you know for sure that this one and these two are the right orientation. And then for the very last magnet, this magnet has to be attracted to this magnet, because right when this closes, this one will be over top of that one. So again, flip this one over, put a magnet on it, add your glue here, slide that magnet off, and stick it in. Word to the wise, or words of wisdom, I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say. Do not try to close this prematurely. Really wait until that glue dries. Give it 5-10 minutes. I have ruined prints. I've ruined knives by, I shouldn't say ruined, but I've made them look messy because glue gets everywhere. And I didn't let the magnets dry quick enough or long enough, and then they start pulling out when these two pieces interact. So definitely give that glue some time to dry. I'm not going to be able to get that out. But anyways, there you go. If you have any other questions, or if you end up printing this version with this clip and you wear it for a decent amount of time, I would love some feedback to know how well or how long this lasts. The clip feels really good in your hand. It doesn't bother me at all. And again, this is a 3D printed knife, guys, right? So it's light duty. You don't want to be doing really heavy duty stuff with a plastic knife. I mean, if you're pushing down on this really hard and this breaks and all of a sudden you got a knife flying somewhere, it does work really, really well. It's a lot stronger than you think, but it's still plastic. So please, 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 please be careful. I lost track there. Anyways, I will put the link in the description to MakerWorld where you can download this knife. I do have my version 1 on MakerWorld as well that you can search for on my profile when you get there. It's basically this exact same knife, but no clip. It's just, well, here's one right here actually. It's just the basic knife. This one doesn't have the magnets in it either, but you can see it doesn't have the clip. I will also include, I don't have it on me right now, but a third version that I will just put in with this one. It's basically this knife, but one of these pieces is extended just a little bit right here, and there is a keychain loop here, so you could put this on your keychain if you wanted. And while it's hooked up to the keychain, actually I put it on the flatter one. You can still operate the knife no problem. So there's really 3 versions. There's the basic version, which is this one. I'll have this new version, the one with the clip, and then there's a third version with a keychain hole. So there you go. Enjoy.